Members of the press, I think as you have heard from the changes that have been made to the proposals in the finance bill, which will be tabled this afternoon in the National Assembly, I think it's important to mention to members of the public, including the public-spirited Kenyans who had intended to occupy Parliament, that there is absolutely no debate today. It's just the tabling of the report. Debate shall begin tomorrow morning, the whole of tomorrow, and continues to Thursday, and will allow time over the weekend for possible amendments from other members of Parliament. You may have realized from the amendments that we have done, there are a number of things that we intend to achieve. Besides the raising of revenue, is also one to ensure that Kenyans have more disposable income. You will notice from the changes that will be proposed by the chair in the report that you table this afternoon, we are devoting more money back into people's pockets, especially the employed Kenyans who have been contributing to the housing levy. The housing levy has been proposed together with the Social Health Insurance Fund, the National Social Security Fund, and now the housing levy to be tax deductible. And that will ensure that what will be subjected to pay as you earn will be an amount less than what was there before. And therefore, more disposable income will be going to many employed Kenyans. The second thing that we intend to do is to encourage savings and investments in our country through the proposals that the chair has stipulated in terms of pensions, the allowable deductions that have been increased for pensions contributions. There's also an allowable deduction on post-retirement medical schemes to ensure that people start saving for their post-retirement, and those post-retirement savings or contributions into a medical scheme to cater for your medical care after retirement will be tax deductible and therefore tax-free. The other policy proposal in this finance bill is the protection of our local manufacturing industries and our farmers. We as a country have made huge investments with our farming communities, and therefore we are intentional on protecting those farmers. That is why you hear the proposals to levy excise duty on imported potatoes, imported table eggs and onions, and also the imposition of eco tax or eco levy on imported finished products. And I think, as the chair has emphasized, it is imported finished products, because when the chair and the finance committee listened to stakeholders, especially the Kenya Association of Manufacturers, a very good case was made for protection of the local manufacturing industry. Therefore, to protect our local manufacturing industry and create jobs within our economy, we are therefore levying those levies on imported finished products, right from the border borders, the motorcycles, to sanitary towels that are imported, and diapers and all that. Therefore, I think we'll close it at that, unless, Your Excellency, you have something more to add. Okay.
On the transport side, on border borders, there has been a concern about introduction of excess duty on motorcycles. Again, the decision that we made last year to incentivize local assembly of motorcycles have seen a lot of institutions set up local assembly of motorcycles here in Kenya. There is no reason why we must import a complete finished motorcycle from China. So we are putting excise duty on the one that is imported, but the ones that are made here locally, those are exempted. And it's also important to mention, to protect the vulnerable and those people at the bottom of the pyramid, the eco levy on tires has been exempted on motorcycles, on bicycles, and on wheelchairs, so that those people doing that business around the border sector will not, and even wheelbarrows, so that we don't increase. So there is no worry, there is not going to be increase in the price of wheelbarrow or motorcycles or tuk-tuks or bicycles. Thank you very much. Or mkokoteni.
Asanteni, there is